Good morning, students. In dual nature of radiation and matter, now we are follow the third video, integrated video third. Okay. In first video already we are discussing about introduction, and in second video about photoelectric effect and loss of photoelectric effect and graph, how they will depend or independent, that results we discussed. Clear? Now, upon the concepts, we are discussing some numericals here. That is, first one is, see here, I wrote here one problem. A source of light is placed at a distance of 50 centimeters. How much distance? 50 centimeters from a cell. Here, and a stopping potential is found to be V0. A stopping potential is found to be V0. If the distance between light source and photocell is now made 25 centimeters, that means distance will decrease. Now light source distance will be decreased to the photocell. Then what happen? That is only important point you need to be discussed. Okay, you need to be think. See here, then the new potential V0 will be. If distance will reduce, what happen? Suppose this is a cell, photocell. Now light is incident here. From this point, it is 50 centimeters distance. Okay, now light is incident upon metal surface or photocell top surface like this. Then what happen? Electrons emission will occur. Clear? Now distance will decrease. Now this is the same distance for this metal. Now distance will be decreased by only 25 centimeters. Now the light will be incident like this. Okay. Now if distance will decrease, what happen? Intensity will increase. What happen? Intensity will increase. That point will important. What happen? Intensity will increase. Clear? Suppose if intensity will increase, what happened to the stopping potential? That point only we want to learn. It is already we learned in the loss of photoelectric effect. What we are observed, that is very, very simple. Intensity is independent of stopping potential. Independent character of stopping potential. So it is not dependent. Then what happened? Now after reduce the distance of the source from the photocell, even though the stopping potential does not change. Why? Because if distance reduce, intensity will increase, but intensity does not depend upon stopping potential. Does not depend upon stopping potential. Okay. So what is the answer here? The potential, stopping potential will be remains the same. That is a V0. Clear? So second option is the answer for it. And one more numerical here I gave, that is photoelectric emission occurs only when incident light has more than a certain minimum dash they gave. If loss of photoelectric effect, in it first point what we learned, while the light frequency value will be a minimum value, for that minimum value only electron emission will occur. Below the minimum value, no photoelectric effect takes place. Already we learned about it. Say yes or no? So that minimum frequency is called threshold frequency. That minimum frequency of light incident upon photometal surface is called threshold frequency. That point already we learned in one class. Say yes or no? That point only here they ask. So here photoelectric emission, when it will be get emission of electrons, when it will get, the light has a certain minimum, which frequency of light, so answer is frequency. This is one of the photoelectric laws of observations. Okay. Next one is, in this problem, photoelectric emission process for a certain metal, that work function is given. How much it is? work function W naught equals to or phi naught equals to what they gave 1.8 eV. Okay, work function phi naught equals to 1.8 eV. They gave the data here. Here. Next, kinetic energy of most energetic electron is. Kinetic energy also be given. How much it is? Kinetic energy K equal to how much it they gave? 0.5 eV. Okay, kinetic energy. The corresponding stopping potential is. What is the relation between kinetic energy and the stopping potential? Why? Because they ask the stopping potential only. What is the relation between these two? If you know that, then you can clearly solve very easily. What is the relation? That is work function or simply kinetic energy. Kinetic energy maximum, when it will be get Ke maximum equal to, when it will be get, it must be have stopping potential. That is EV naught. If you know this relation, then you can solve easily. In one last, already we discussed this one. Okay. Irrespective of the stopping potential, when the kinetic energy will get maximum, already we learned about this concept. So, from that concept, what you wrote, Ke maximum equals to EV naught. Okay, E into stopping potential. Now, kinetic energy maximum, how they gave? Most energetic, maximum. Most energetic means maximum. So, that electron. Here what they gave? For electron they gave. So how much it is? 0.5 eV. So 0.5 eV equals to EV naught. So here one electron they considered. So electron means both will get cancelled. Then stopping potential V naught equal to what is the value? 0.5 volt. Stopping potential V naught equals to how much it is? 0.5 volt. So answer is third one. Answer is third option. Clear? Very simple. Most kinetic energy of most energetic electron, that is nothing but Ke maximum. If you know this one, Ke maximum, then you can understand easily. Then Ke maximum equals to EV naught. Clear? From that E will get cancelled, so V naught equal to 0.5 EV. This is one of the old need bit. Okay, next one is a monochromatic radiation of intensity. Intensity, how much they gave? I they gave. Intensity, I they gave on a metal surface. Then, number of photoelectrons are given as N and their kinetic energy, maximum kinetic energy will be given as T. Number of photoelectrons are N they gave. Number of photoelectrons are they gave N. And kinetic energy will be given in terms of T they gave. Okay, it will be T. Now what they ask? If intensity of radiation will increase to I. Intensity will increase by 2I. The number of emitted electrons and their kinetic energies are. What they are asking? Number of emitted electrons and kinetic energy they ask. Okay. What it will depend? On which factor it will depend? For number of photoelectrons. Because of they ask here number of photoelectrons. Correct. Emitted electrons. The electrons which emitted from the metal surface, that electrons are called photoelectrons. If number of photoelectrons will increase, which factor we will consider? That is very simple, intensity. If intensity will rise more, then number of photoelectrons also be directly proportional. That means it will increase. I understand. If you know this point, then you can answer easily. So now intensity initially I, at that time number of photoelectrons are N. When it is I, it is nothing but N. Now intensity will increase to how much it is? 2I. Now 2I directly proportional to how much it will become. If it is proportional enough, now intensity will become double. Then number of photoelectrons also be double. If you know this point, you can get the answer. But 2n option will be, we have two options. That is B and C. Clear? And think about the kinetic energy. If intensity will increase, what about the kinetic energy? Is the kinetic energy, is there any change? No. Why? Because of kinetic energy will depend upon only frequency of light. If frequency of light increases, kinetic energy will increase. Already we discussed this one. Say yes or no. In laws of photoelectric effect, it is one of the important point. Kinetic energy will getting maximum when only frequency will increase, not intensity. So kinetic energy not depend upon, independent to intensity, only depend upon frequency of light. If frequency will increase more, kinetic energy also will increases more. Clear? Remember this point, then you can get the answer. Now here only intensity will increase, cannot change any frequency. Say yes or no. So what about the kinetic energy? It must be as a T only. I understand. So what is the answer? In third option we have both 2n and 2t. Here kinetic energy is also be doubled. Is it correct option? No. Which one correct option? Number of photoelectrons are doubled because of intensity will doubled. But kinetic energy is independent for that. That means kinetic energy does not change. Clear? So which option it is the correct? B option is the correct. 2n and t. Clear na? That is the problem here. Very, very simple. Next one is, see here. Next bit is the number of photoelectrons emitted for a light frequency nu. That light frequency is higher than threshold frequency, then only photoelectrons will emitted from the metal surface. Okay, that photoelectrons is directly proportional to number of photoelectrons. On which factor it will depends, or you know, it is one of the good important law. What that is? Number of photoelectrons are depend upon intensity of incident light. So here answer is second one. Intensity of incident light. So number of photoelectrons is directly proportional to on which factor? Intensity of incident light, not be frequency. Okay. If you remember this point, then you can understand easily. Same model, but different types they asked here. Next one is one figure they gave. In that figure, the anode potential and retarding potential, two are considered for the three curves. One curve is X like this, okay, and one more curve is Y, it will be like this, and third curve will be Z. So here X, Y, Z, three curves are given. In it, what they are asked? The figure shows plot current, photocurrent upon y-axis, okay, photocurrent on y-axis, and photosensitive anode potential will be upon x-axis. Okay, if you plot the graph like this, so if you want to take the two for different radiations, three different radiations. They are considered three different radiations of X, Y, Z. Now, which one of the following correct statement? Here statements are given for that are, see that curve X and Y represent same frequency but different intensities. Same frequency but different intensities. Okay. If same frequency of light, then what it will be? It shows the stopping potential will be remains the same. Clear? Clear na? If frequency does not increase, different intensities are there. Previous already one curve we learned about that. That is here like this. So it is a first intensity. It is a saturated current I1. different intensities, but stopping potential does not change. Already we discussed it like this, so stopping potential will be remains same. So if we saw here, this potential is called stopping potential. Here potential is called stopping potential. Now x and y curves have same stopping potential. Same stopping potential means intensities are different, frequency will be same. So first statement is the right one. See the second statement. Y and Z curves. Y and Z curve means these are two. Okay. If you want to take this graph like this, already previously we explained it. Okay, this one and this one and this one. Already we explained one graph like this. So saturation current will be remains the same, but stopping potentials are different. Okay. At that time intensity will be same. Clear na? But in second statement what they gave? Different intensities or different frequencies. So is it a correct statement? No, it is a wrong statement. Clear na? If you observe these two graphs, that two statements you can understand. These two graphs already in the last video we discussed. Clear? Now curve Y and Z represent incident radiations of same frequency and same intensities. Same intensity, same frequency, if it is there, stopping potential does not change. So that statement is also be wrong. Now curve X and Y represent incident radiations of different frequencies, different intensities. Different frequencies, different intensities, and the graph does not flow like this. For same frequency of light only with a different intensity, then only stopping potential does not change. Okay, for X and Y curves. Intensity here it is I1 and it is, if you want to take, it is I2. I understand? So different intensities with the same frequency. So which statement is the correct? First statement is the answer for that. Clear? See here, 5 watt power they gave. Source emits a monochromatic light of wavelength. Wavelength also be considered lambda. When it is placed 0.5 meters away, distance also be considered. It is liberated photoelectrons from photosensitive metal surface. When source is moved a distance of 1 meter, initiate it is only 0.5 meter, now it is become 1 meter. The number of photoelectrons liberated will be reduced to factor of how the intensity and power, what is the relation between the distance upon these three. Can you write? Intensity I equal to power by 4 pi d square. Power by 4 pi d square. By using this relation, what you can write? I proportional to 1 by d square. I proportional to 1 by d square. Upon this only it will. Now, in first initiator, at a particular incident of light, because of number of photoelectrons only they are asking. Number of photoelectrons means it will depend upon intensity only. So intensity and distance relation we consider. Okay. Now how can you write? Very simple. Now initiate I1 directly proportional to 1 by 0.5 square. And the second one, I2 is proportional to 1 by 1 square. By using these two, what can you write? I1 by I2 equal to 1 by 0.5 square. 0.5 it is nothing but 1 by 2 square by 1. Or 1 by 1 whole square. How you write? No problem. Now, this 1 by 2, it will be become as 1 by 4 by 1 by 1. Say yes or no? This 4 will move up. Is it correct? Then I1 by I2 that equal to 4 by 1. That means new intensity I2 equal to I1 by 4 quarter equation. Okay, it will become quarter. Same ditto model beside also. Here some numerical values are given, there not be. Same ditto. See that some photoelectric cell is illuminated by a point source of light 1 meter away. When the source is shifted to 2 meters, distance will be, so I proportional to 1 by d square. Say yes or no? Then I1 by I2 equals to, how can you write it? D2 square by D1 square. Now I1 by I2, that equal to here 2 square, here 1 square. That means directly I am writing here 4 by 1. You can understand? 2 square means 4. Okay. Now by using that one, I1 by I2 equal to 4 by 1. So I2 equals to mu intensity I2 equal to I1 by 4. So for initiate it will become quarter. So quarter options, number of photons, quarter options here and here. 1 quarter. So here energy is not be decreased. Only number of photoelectrons will reduce it to half. Okay. Clear na? So here initial number of, how much number of photoelectrons, for that it will become 1 by 4th part, means simply quarter of initial value or initial number. Energy does not decrease. Okay. So which option it is correct? So here 4th option is correct. Here same. How much? 1 by 4 times. Reduced the factor of means 1 by 4. I understand. So here also be D option, here also be D option. Can you understand? Next. Up to now numerical we explained. The next concept is photoelectric effect and wave theory of light. Previous already we discussed in wave optics, that is light have different theories. One is a straight line, that is ray optics, and one more is a wave optics. Light must be formed in that it must be travel in the form of energetic waves. Okay. For that so many theories we learned the corpuscular theory like that. Okay. In it, by using this wave nature of light, the phenomena of polarization, interference and diffraction, we learned about that. With respect to the wave nature of light, it can explain it. Which factors that are interference of light, diffraction of light and polarization of light. But this wave theory could not explain the photoelectric effect. It could not explain the photoelectric effect. For that we considered quantum theory of light. Very, very simple. Quantum theory of light. The quantum theory of light will consist. The theory explains that photoelectric effect. Okay. So wave theory could not explain the photoelectric effect, and this quantum theory of light will explain the photoelectric effect. In this one, Einstein, scientist name, already we know that. So Einstein proposed that the light in the form of energy packets, the particle will be in the form of energy packets. Each particle consists a packet of energy. That energy of packets we can call as photons, not protons, photons. Clear? So each and every photon have definite amount of energy. It must be possesses some energy and momentum, both. Each photon possesses energy and momentum. How we can express that energy? Einstein gives a small formula for that. So energy of photon is E equal to h nu. Here E is nothing but energy of photon. What about h? H is nothing but Planck's constant. What its value? Planck constant value is 6.62 into 10 power minus 34 joule second. Okay. So this is a Planck's constant. What about nu? Nu is nothing but frequency of light. Okay, nu is the frequency of light. Photons are move with the light velocity. Already we know that light velocity it have how much? 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. So that energy we can express it as E equal to h nu. Already with the light velocity relation, already we know this small relation E equal to m lambda or mu lambda. Already we know that. Now this velocity is for photon, it is nothing but light velocity, so I can written as c. Clear? Now mu equal to what we can write c by lambda. Now lambda is the wavelength of each photon. Okay. So this nu we can change it as c by lambda. That relation only here I wrote. C equal to nu lambda. From that nu equal to c by lambda. Here E is the energy of photon, which is the Planck's constant. C is the velocity of light, 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. H value is 6.62 into 10 power minus 34. Here lambda is the wavelength of photon. Lambda is the wavelength of photon. So here this energy is always expressed in electron volt. This energy is expressed in electron volt. Already we defined one electron volt previous. What it is? A electron will. What it is? A electron must be passes through a potential difference of 1 volt. It accelerated or passes the minimum amount of energy. If not, we will learn very simple. The minimum energy required to accelerate the electron through 1 volt potential difference. This is called 1 electron volt. Okay. 1 eV equal to how much you can write? 1 electron only can pass through a 1 volt potential difference. Na? So how can you write that equals to 1 EV equal to 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 joule. Up to here we learned the previous. Okay. Now. What are the properties of photons? See here, most important for PU and as well as competitive, it is most important. There are properties of photons. Okay. What are the properties of photons? It is important for 3 marks in PU level, and in competitive each and every point will be a KCET bit. Okay. Photon is energy packet. That energy we can written as E equal to h nu. That energy we will express it in electron volt. Okay. This energy expressed in electron volt. So 1 EV equal to 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 joule. Clear? Next one is, what is the charge of photon? Charge of photon. Proton charge positive. Already we know that. Now here proton is entirely different to this photon. Okay. So what is the charge of photon? The charge of photon is how much it is? 0. This is one of the case bit. Okay. One of the case bit. If charge is 0, it cannot be deflected both electric and magnetic. That's why it cannot be deflected both electric and magnetic field because of chargeless particle, chargeless energy packet simply. Okay. What is its rest mass? That is also be one of the KCET bit. Its rest mass is, photon's rest mass is 0. It is also be one more questions in a PU level. Okay. What is the charge of proton? That is also be 1 mark PU question. And what is the rest mass of photon? It is also be 1 PU question. The same concept they will ask in KCET level and NEET level. Okay. So what is the rest mass of photon? It is 0. What is the charge of photon? It is also be 0. Clear? So charge will be 0. So it cannot be deflected by both electric and magnetic fields. If rest mass of photon is 0, because it is not a material particle. That is also one important concept. Is a photon material particle? They will ask. No. It is not a material particle. Clear? It is a bundle of energy. Photon is a bundle of packet of energy. Simply bundle of energies. Okay? Packet of energies or bundle of energy. We can tell like that. the effective mass of photon. Rest mass of photon is 0, but it have a effective mass. The effective mass of photon is m equal to, already we know that E equal to mc square. This is famous formula in our world. For this only Einstein get a Nobel Prize. Say yes or no? Now up to now also we will get these equations. Okay. So from this m equal to what you can write? E by c square. That only here they wrote. M equal to E by c square. And E is nothing but h nu. One more formula he gave. Say yes or no? So instead of this E, what we can write? H nu by c square. Here c is nothing but nu lambda. Already we know that c equal to nu lambda. Already we know that. So c square equal to what you can write? H nu by c square. Sorry, nu square and lambda square. Now one nu get cancelled. Then what you can get? You can get h by nu lambda square. H by nu lambda square. These are all effective mass of proton. M equal to E by c square or h nu by c square or h by nu lambda square. In terms of which quantities they considered in numericals. Irrespective of that, the effective mass we will consider. Clear? Next one is photon possesses a momentum is given by momentum formula, linear momentum P equal to mv. Say yes or no? That's why here we will wrote as P equal to h by lambda. Okay, or h lambda is nothing but c by nu. So c by nu will move up. So it will be become h nu by c, or h nu is nothing but energy. So E by c. Clear na? That we can write like that. Or simply here m equal to E by c square we know already. I want to be write a c and one more c here. EMC or EMV. It is nothing but momentum. So P equal to E by c. How can you write? From mass, effective mass if you consider, or take that momentum formula directly like this. How can you write? All will be same. Momentum P equal to h by lambda or h nu by c or E by c. Clear? These are all properties of photon. Now, irrespective of this concept, we will solve one application. Here one small application, that is, if the wavelength of radiation given as, so lambda equal to 4000 angstrom, or we can write as 4000 into 10 power minus 10 meter or 400 nanometer. How can you write? All are same. Okay. So lambda is given. Now what they are asked? Energy of photon. Energy of photon. How can you express? E equal to h nu. Okay. In terms of lambda, how can you write? E equal to hc by lambda. Of course, if you know h value remains the same and c also be same. Clear? What is the h value? 6.62. Already previous we discussed that Planck constant. What is that value? H value is nothing but 6.62 into 10 power minus 34. Say yes or no? And light value 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second by lambda. If you solve these all constant values, always we can create one shortcut. That is very simple. Energy E equal to, instead of this one, 12,400. What you can write? 12,400. Okay, HC value. You can write as in electron volt angstrom. Okay, so 12,000 eV. In terms of angstrom, you can write like this. Okay, if directly if you want to be substitute this angstrom value. Okay, so by lambda. So this is the shortcut. Okay, this is the shortcut formula. Now E equal to 12,400 eV angstrom by lambda value how much they gave? 4,000 angstrom. 1 angstrom will get a cancel. Now here 2 zeros get cancel. 4 here 10 times, 4 here 31 times. Say yes or no? So finally energy we will write as E equal to 3.1 eV electron volt. Energy must be expressed in electron volt. Already we discussed that one. So now how much energy it is? 3.1 eV. This is the shortcut formula. Remember always. Okay. E equal to 12,400 eV angstrom by lambda. When lambda is in angstrom, directly you can substitute that. If it is not in angstrom, converted as in angstroms. Lambda must be converted into angstroms. Okay.